right, so we're gonna begin seated with our legs crossed and warm up from head to toe with some neck rolls from side to side. Left to right, you can have your eyes closed if you'd like. Just gonna warm up every part of the body. If you feel any tension, you can just hold it there, letting your ear drop towards your shoulder. And don't forget to breathe. Bring your head back to neutral, and we're going to go in for some shoulder rolls towards the back of the room. And get your arms into it if you want a bigger movement. Two more towards the back. And then coming forward. Hands on your knees, and we'll go through some seated cat-cows. On the inhale, you're going to bring your chest forward and look up. And on the exhale, tuck your chin and fold. Continue this at your own pace, inhaling up and exhaling down. Just reset, sitting up tall, and we'll start with some circles, starting towards the right. Just create some movement, get your shoulders into it, bringing your chest forward, rounding your back. And then we can switch directions. You can bring your forehead towards the floor, or just have the intention of bringing it towards the floor if it's a foot away like mine is. One more circle. Sit up tall, and we're going to transition onto our knees. You can sit on a block or a blanket if your knees are sore. We're going to go for some twists. So let's inhale the arms out and up, and twisting to the left and looking over your shoulder. On the inhale, the arms come up. And on the exhale, you twist to the right. One more on each side, inhaling up. Exhaling, twisting. And last one, up. And twist. Bring your arms up, and then you can set them down. Now we're just going to transition to tucking our toes and sitting back on our heels. I'll turn sideways just so you can have a good view. Some yoga for the toes here, stretching the bottoms of our feet, and then we can add the wrists in, pointing our fingers down and adding a little bit of a stretch. And breathing, sending your breath to those tight areas. Switch hands, left fingers down, shoulders back and away from the ears. Roll your wrists a couple times, and then coming forward into your tabletop, you can kick out your toes, and then set yourself up, shoulders above your wrists, hips above your knees. And we're going to extend our right leg out behind us, just getting nice and long, getting steady, and then bending at the knee. We're going to lift everything up and then tuck it in. Rounding the back. Do that 2 more times on this side. Lift everything up and tuck. You can inhale on the lift and exhale, rounding your back. Lift one more time and gently set that knee down. We'll take it to the other side. Going to extend, find some length, and then bending at the knee, lift up and tuck. 2 more times here. Spread those toes. everything towards the ceiling. Stretch and let that knee come down. We're going to set up for some side planks here. So let's step our left foot and plant it behind the right, opening our chest towards the ceiling. And you can stay here if that feels okay, or we're going to stack our feet for a side plank. And just remember to breathe. You might feel a little shake. I am. And we'll bring ourselves back into a plank. Shoulders over the wrist, knees come down. We're going to take that to the other side. So right foot steps behind, chest opens up, and either stay here if that feels good, or stack the feet. Coming back into your plank, set the knees down wide, and then sit your hips back for child's pose, letting your head hang. I'm just going to round your back right back up to tabletop position. We're going to get some movement going in the hips. So let's start with our right leg. We're going to lift it up like we did before, and then just start with some hip circles. Just try and make the circles as wide as you can. Let's change direction. Last one, and set it down. Go for the other side. Open it up, circle, and try and get your knee towards your elbow. And opposite direction. And gently set that down. Set your hands up for down dog, spread your fingers wide, tuck the toes, and send your hips up. First down dog today. Unless you were eager and got some done this morning, you can pedal the feet out. Try and press into all 10 fingers. Then plant your left foot and raise your right leg up. And we're going to step it forward into a lunge, right in between your hands. You can find some movement here first before letting the back knee drop and raising your arms overhead. Slight back bend if it feels okay. And squeezing your legs in tight, we're going to press on up to our high lunge. Arms can sweep to your sides, knee down, hands down. Planting your left palm, we're going to open up to the outside. And on your exhale, bring everything back to your lunge. Lift that back leg. We're going to step right back into your downward dog. You can find some movement here. And then we're going to switch sides. So we're going to raise our left leg up. Keep the toes pointing down and step it on through. Some movement in your runner's lunge. And the back knee comes down. So the arms come up. Sink into your hips here. Have a breath. Then tighten everything up and push on up to your high lunge. Shoulders away from the ears. Experiment with a back bend if it feels okay. And bringing your knee down, hands down. I'm going to plant the right hand, and you're opening up for a twist. Take your gaze to the ceiling. On your exhale, you fold. And step the foot back into plank this time. And we're going to go for a vinyasa, so you can lower all the way down to the floor if you'd like. And then into cobra or up dog. And send the weight back, shift the hips up. Downward dog. And we're going to take tiny little steps all the way to the front of our mat until we're in a forward fold. And on your exhale, let your head hang. We're just gonna heel toe our feet a little bit wider. Toes out, heels in. Bend your right leg and sweep your left arm up. Go for a twist. Shoulders away from the ears. And on your exhale, fold down. Bend our left leg, sweep our right arm open. One more each side. So we're in our forward fold. Tuck your chin to your chest, slight bend in the knees, and we're gonna roll our way all the way up to mountain pose. Head will come up last. And we can reset our feet at the front of the mat, toes together, heels slightly apart, shoulders back and down, and we'll run through some sun salutations. Arms out to come up, and hinge at the hips and fold. And your inhale, halfway lift, arms can come to the legs, plant your hands, step back. We'll start with some more beginner modifications, knees down, and then we're going to slowly lower chin to chest to the ground, and then up into cobra, opening your chest, and hips up for downward dog. Breath here. Look between your hands, step and walk forward into your fold. And then strong legs, strong back. Let's bring ourselves back up, arms overhead, and dive right back down, hinging at the hips. Inhale halfway up. Plant your hands. Step or hop back. Elbows in, let's slowly lower all the way down. Cobra or up dog. And hips up for downward dog. You can always find some movement, play around here if you like. Looking in between your hands. Step right back into your forward fold. Press into the floor with your feet. Arms come up. Lengthen. And fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Fold, plant your hands, step or hop back. If you want to go for a challenge, test out chaturanga, lowering yourself halfway down and straight up to up dog with your knees lifted. And roll over your toes into your downward dog. And one more breath here. And we'll keep moving, stepping in between your hands for your forward fold. And arms out to the side and overhead. Let's do 2 more sun salutations. Inhaling to halfway. Plant your hands, step back. Take whatever version you like. And lower all the way down. Cobra or up dog. And hips up for downward dog. Stepping forward into your forward fold. Let your head hang. And then strong back to bring yourself up, and we'll go one more time. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Take your vinyasa here. And we'll all meet in downward dog. Looking in between your hands, step forward. And this time, take your time, tucking your chin towards your chest. Bend in your legs, and slowly roll yourself up. You can add some sway from side to side. and your head will come up last. All right, so from here, we'll just reposition. We can set up in the middle of our mat. We're gonna go for some wide-legged forward folds. So standing in the middle, let's step our feet out wide, toes pigeon-toed in, hands to your hips, and then we're gonna go for a fold. Folding forward until you feel you can't stay flat back any longer. You can let your hands go and then relax. And get creative here. Just play around in this pose. You can go side to side. You can add some twists if you'd like. If you're not feeling anything, you can widen your feet out longer, bringing your head towards the floor. Just play around, see what feels good for you. Transition out of this pose. We'll inhale, just lengthen the back. You can heel till your feet in a little closer if you need to. Hands come to the hips. Engage your back and bring yourself right up to standing. You can heel till your feet all the way to closed, or if you want to try, you can bend your legs and hop your feet back into the middle. Shake it out. If you need a little break, grab some water, and we're going to go for some balancing poses. So we're going to start with tree. So we'll put all of our weight into our left leg here, and then we can turn our right knee out a little bit. You can stay here if this feels okay, or take your version of the pose. Your foot can be on your calf, or you can bring it up right above your knee. Hands can come at your heart in prayer with your shoulders back and down. So just find some non-moving point to look to help with your balance. If you want to play around with your hands, arms can come up over top. And don't forget to breathe. And just with control, let's bring our knee back to the center. Arms can come down and gently let that foot down, shaking out the other leg. We'll shift sides. I'm going to put all the weight into our right foot. Shoulders back in a nice posture. And knee out to the side. And then whatever feels good for you. Keep the toe on the floor, on the calf, or bring it right up top. You can set your hands at your center, pressing your hands in towards each other, your foot into your leg, and your leg into your foot, creating a nice long line of energy here. And then breathe. You can have fun with your arms, bringing them up over top. And if you feel really steady, you can give yourself a little test and try closing your eyes. Just one more breath here. And then you can bring your arms down. And with control, let that foot come down. Shake that out. And we'll transition on to a hand balance now that we just played with some balances on our feet. So we're going to set our feet out squatting distance, toes out, heels slightly in. You can bring your hands out for balance if you need. And then we're just going to drop our seat and go for a squatting position here. If you have a hard time keeping your heels on the ground, that's okay. You can come up onto your toes and use your hands for balance. And just find some movement here. Or you can find some stillness with your hands and your knees. Your elbows pressing your knees out. You can keep working on the squat, or if crow is in your practice, now is a great time to jump into that. So wide, spread your fingers wide, get a good foundation, hips come up, lean your chest forward, look forward instead of down. That's a great tip to save you from falling. And then you can just work on coming back and forth, getting some weight on your hands. You can try just lifting one toe at a time. And if you feel ready to go, just lean forward and lift both toes up. Keep your elbows in line with your wrist. Come out of it gently. Put the weight back into your feet. There we go, good job guys. We're just gonna transition onto our seat now. So just use your hands to set yourself up on the mat. Sitting with your legs out in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall in staff pose. Shoulders back and away from your ears. And let's go for a forward fold. So we're gonna lift our arms over top. Make some space and fold forward. On every inhale, try to lengthen. And you can let it down on every exhale. Gently let yourself go. Sitting up nice and tall, let's bring our left leg in. We're gonna go for another fold. We're gonna bring our torso over the extended leg, arms over top, and fold forward. You can stay here if that feels okay, or you can lift the arm over top, opening your chest towards the ceiling. We're going to gently bring ourselves back up and switch legs. Extend your left leg out and your right leg comes in. You can have some blocks supporting this knee if it feels a little uncomfortable. And then go for your fold. Ourselves back up and extend both legs and make our way to our back. So let's roll ourselves down here. You can bring the knees from side to side. Just readjust your lower spine. And then we're going to hug both knees into our chest. You can rock back and forth, give yourself a little massage. Extend your left leg and keep hugging your right knee in. Let's take that knee across our body and go for a twist, looking over our right shoulder. Coming back to the center, let your ankle rest on your knee, and we're going to interlace our fingers behind that left knee and gently pull everything in for a reclined pigeon pose. Let that foot come down, untangle, hug your knees back in towards your chest. Feel free to play around, rock back and forth. And this time, hugging your left leg. Extend your right. Let's go for a twist on the other side. You can look over your left shoulder. Just be gentle. Transition back to the center, taking a reclined pigeon on the other side. Gently bringing everything towards your chest. This is a good prep pose for pigeon. Let your feet come down. Extend your legs and shake them out. And I invite you to try any pose that you feel you're missing before we settle in for Shavasana. And when you're ready, just let your arms and your legs relax and sink into the floor. And try and stay here and let your body sink into the floor for about 5 to 10 minutes.